Good morning, this is VJ Franz K with another paint marker review. These are outline markers. They're sort of a trendy or meme sort of thing that you can order online. There are many different types, but I got these on sale and I figured I would finally take a look at them. These are really small. Obviously they are sort of intended as something for kids, but we'll see if I can put them to any use on, quote, real art, unquote. Even though if you sort of have a more open definition of what real art is, you might be happier and have more ideas. So just be flexible with that, right? First off, I can see that there is a lot of unnecessary packaging here, each marker being separately wrapped in plastic, but so the claim to fame of these markers is that, so there is a small metal ball inside each one, so I'm going to shake and just as in my recent reviews, press down a few times on the tip upside down to get the flow going. But these are made of a special formula. Oh, it's flowing already. So there we go. I'm going to have to zoom in more with this lens here for you to really see that. But here, I'll put a pen until it focuses. Can it focus that close? So if you're noticing, it's a special formula that it adds a chemical edge around every mark that you make. So the center of the mark is silver, and there's a little of the chosen color, I guess, at the edge, and then some of the color shows through. It's interesting. The question is, how different are the various colors? Wow, now if I put it on this dark paper, the multicolor effect almost does nothing. It's sort of minimizes it there, but here they are. The other question is, if you have a little kid, do you really want them playing with something that is as possibly toxic as this paint formula could be? I don't know if you'd want to do that, but notice that if you color over multiple areas, then you can merge this into the inside. The inside is silver, and then the edge is whatever color the cap says. So alright, we'll try a different color here. Outline markers so far. It's kind of cute, but I'm not really amazed by it. It's like, I wouldn't say the outline effect is that pronounced. And let's see. Just try something very different like red and see what that will be. Then I can also try going over some of these other paint lines and just see, even though that could be weird because we're already dealing with an unusual formula of paint. Yeah, I guess I can see why this didn't take over the art market entirely, because it's not that impressive. But alright, pump that a little bit. Then there we go. So there's the red. I guess we're getting more of a visible outline effect with the red just because. Alright, try putting the red across the blue. What does it do? It gets confused. So there it is, just filling in. If I fill in a box, notice once again the silver all merges together, but then the red edges sort of seep out from the sides of the box there, crossing over the lines. I don't know, this red one seems more visible than that very light blue did, so I'll try putting it on a dark color. Wow, once again, on a dark color, the outline effect is fairly invisible. So that is interesting to notice. Don't expect to use it. Whoa, look at that. Crossing over the other paint marker temporarily made it reverse. Wow, temporarily gave us a bright red line going across that gold. Will that stay, or will that not stay? This weird bug of it reacting to these other paint markers, I consider that a feature more than a bug. I'm going to use that to do something interesting. But maybe because these are both metallic markers that it's getting that weird reaction. Wow, so putting it across that silver from the other marker brand, not as long lasting effect. It's starting to fade now, but interesting. So there it is. I don't know, it's going to be hard to shake the impression of these markers being kid stuff, because it is sort of a just a fairy sparkle effect, Tinkerbell and all of that stuff going on, but you can probably find some artistic use for it if you're subtle. Let's see. So there's a lot of different colors included here. What am I going to use that I haven't? So we've had a light blue. All right, I will try this dark green and just see what that does. Or this appears to be like, that is a lime green in there, and this is a forest green, or wait, you could wait, that is another light blue. So yes, a lot of pastels here, but stir it up a bit. Wow, that's weird. The tip is sort of malfunctioning on this green. Might be broken or something. Wow, look what it did there. Made a weird dot. Wow. Okay, well, probably when this ink dries, I'll try reversing it. It seems to be spilling out too much ink. Do you see that? I've got to raise that up for the camera to see it. See that weird mark there of too much ink being spilled, but the too much ink being spilled creates a larger outline effect. How interesting. What happens if I go across that? Wow, no outline effect at all. Yeah, this one's malfunctioning. Put it across. Maybe I need to stir up the contents a bit more to get that effect to work properly. So give it more of a shake. It's got to be like two sets of chemicals, obviously, to produce the silver inner line, and then so right, the silver inner line, but then also the edge effect. Edge effect is not working on this green. Okay, so maybe there's a quality control problem, and who knows, maybe that is why I got these markers for less of a, oh interesting, I can use the side for a very wide line there. So maybe there is a quality control issue with these, and that is why they were selling them on a super sale. Alright, just go for the orange. I'm often interested to see what the orange looks like. Outline marker. So, twist and remove this plastic. Proper shake. Oh yeah, I haven't tried it on the wood yet. So let's see what happens. Even though I'm assuming it will be probably much like the other paint marker. Press down a few times. Alright, this orange one. So also the orange, the outline effect is not that pronounced. So in terms of these markers, I will have to say I don't recommend them, because you got them because you wanted to do this weird outline effect, and yet the outline effect is not that visible and it doesn't totally work and stuff. So they are fine as silver fine point paint markers, I guess, but yeah, the special effect that they're supposed to have is just not so amazing. That's orange. You can see a little bit of orange there. And I'll make a block here. Try soaking it with stuff there. Does that get more orange? Maybe it does. A big bubble of silver. Wow, and it's bleeding a lot of orange onto the grains of the wood there. How weird. But I've also noticed this wood, the grains of the wood tend to bleed out any color that I put across it. So on the wood I'll just try a little of the blue, light blue. Oh wow. Interestingly enough, the light blue is very prevalent on the wood. How unusual. When it was barely visible on the... Well, it just goes to show you that when you're dealing with a set of markers, you can assume they will all be similar in formula, but different colors may have slightly different personalities when dealing with different paper or wood or materials that you're using. So don't take anything for granted. All right, so here is the red. Wow, and that red is also doing a lot of leak effect. Put the red across this gold line. That is interesting. It is kind of repelling it on the wood, whereas the silver totally accepts it. I see, we're running out of ink. So maybe what it is maybe it's paint marker and then colorful ink on each one of these to produce that sort of dual effect there. That looks kind of unpleasant. It's not necessarily a great look for the thing, but wow, so different when I'm using it on this marker paper. Very minimal when I'm using it on this dark paper. And then, you know, I can't return them because they're over the return time already, but I will enjoy using them for projects and stuff, but I do not expect that I'm going to buy more markers like this because, yeah, they're kind of underwhelming in terms of that effect. But that is why you watch videos like this, right? To get an idea what is worth your time and money and what is not. We are wading into the world of art supplies, tech supplies, software, and other things. So you can thank us by giving a like on the video, putting your comments, and also subscribing if you think that that is something that you want to do. I've got a lot of videos that I've made over the last many years, and on all kinds of good subjects, as well as just music, performances, animation, and other things like that. So I would be pleased if you become one of my subscribers or even support me on YouTube or Patreon. Thank you for watching. This has been VJ Franz K, looking at outline markers, paint markers.